Good morning, welcome back to the Finca. Bit cloudy today, but still very, very hot. Forecast today 41,
36.
36. Oh, not as bad as I thought.
No, it's going to be a lot better today. Still hot, but livable.
Yeah.
And we got thunderstorms forecast for tomorrow. Heavy rain and thunderstorms.
Lovely. Mind you, we do need some water
Yeah,
in
we're
the
about
deposits.
due for. We need some now. So if we can get enough, we won't have to order some.
Yeah.
And collect some of our own with any luck. Cool.
Yeah.
What are we on today then?
Well, I'm going to try and do a little bit of weeding around the raised beds and the vegetable patches. Just looking awful again. It doesn't take long.
You do the onion bit as well.
Yes.
If you take the wheelbarrow up, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got where half our onions are, where we had all those trenches dug. Part of it, we didn't dig a trench, so we just kind of tried to dig the soil that was already there, which is impossible.
Yeah.
So we're just going to raise that up a little bit, put some stones around it, like we have with the others, and stick some compost on top.
Yeah. Yes, I can do that.
No
permitting.
panic, like we won't need it until we plant our next
Yeah.
onions in September, which won't go in the ground until November.
Yes.
So we've got a bit of time to do that. I'm going to try and get this wall finished on this loom, get the holes cut for the socket and the switch, and get some skim on it, get it finished off. Then we can move on to the door after that. So yeah, happy days. It's a lot cooler. We should be able to crack on a bit. It is Sunday though. I'm trying to find my mouth. 10 flies here again. Yeah, so we're not doing too mad today. We're gonna have something to eat after, aren't we? A bit of a barbecue. Something on the barbecue. So yeah, let's crack on.
Okay.
So, just before we do that, the other week, if you remember, we were asking about tomatoes and when to pick them, and we got some very good advice. We still weren't exactly sure, but we've got our cherry tomatoes there. There's still quite a lot on the trees, bushes, what do you call them? The vines. And these are the normal tomatoes, and you can see they're quite yellow, a lot of those, but some of them, like this one included, had started to split. We had two that split, full of ants. So these have just started, a couple of them. Most of them are alright, so we just picked the whole lot. Some are even quite green, and so hopefully they'll ripen off there. So if anyone else needs to know when to pick your cherries, your tomatoes, when they look like that, it's probably ideal. We'll let you know if they go ripe or not. So the first thing I'm going to do here is cut out the holes for the socket down there and for the light switch there. Then I'm going to skim it, then fit the back boxes in. I think that might work. Or maybe I'll fit the back boxes in and then skim it and then fit the faces on. We'll have a look. For the bottom one, I'm just going to use a hole saw just to get the rounded edge on it. One there and then one on that side, and then I'll cut out, because obviously this is the outside. If I cut it that big, the socket will just fall straight in, so it needs to be a little bit smaller. So I'll do that first. Okay, so we've cut the two circle holes out. We kind of offered it up. It's about somewhere there. So we're just going to take out this centre bit now. We're just going to use a multi-tool with a little saw blade in. Then see what we've got. That looks pretty good to me. Perfect. Right, we'll get this one cut out now. For the light switch, move up a bit. There it is. It's not easy to film from this at all. same again, I'm just going to use the multi-tool and just run round. I'm going to leave the black mark in because that's the mark that was visible when I drew around the back of the box. Right, I'll get that done first now. Right, there we go, same procedure. These yellow things in there, just shove out. Then, he says, that's it. Then when you tighten the screws up, it pulls them up, which locks it onto the plasterboard. Same with the ones at the bottom, they have little metal tangs on them, and as you tighten them up, it just draws the thing forward and traps it behind the board. Excellent. Right, I think I'm going to try and skim it now. I'll try and skim it now. Okay. So I'll just put a rough texture on it, like this side as well, just all matches up. I can't plaster flat, it's an old house, it's rough everywhere else. And my back boxes are in. So now all I've got to do is disconnect the wire from the socket, shove it through, put the front on. And the back, I think I need to drill through this, the timber here. Hang on at the bottom and lower it down a bit. I need to drill through this on the inside so the wire will come up through it inside rather than lying on top of the floor or anything, so it can't be seen. Sure, I'll do that first. I'll take you in there, but there's no room or anything. It's very, very small. Right, so that's my hole there that I was talking about. My cable's there, hung up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run him, he's going to run under here, under the floor, through here, up through there, under there, up through there, and into the socket. That way you won't be able to see it. And when this is cladded, finished on the inside here, it'll all be buried. Super. Right. Yeah, let's get him in. We'll have to turn the power off, I think. Same again with the switch. He's just hanging here. He's been hanging here for a bit in a plastic bag. I just need to disconnect him and pop him into place and then reconnect him back up again. Excellent. Right, I'll pop the power off and get them done then quickly before the freezer unfreezes. Right, so we've run the wires, so we've connected them up. Same with the socket on the bottom as well. I wanted to get the electricity on as fast as possible because I don't want my beer getting warm. So all we do now is just pop these on. The screws for these should be in a cup here. Safe place. Right. Then as we tighten this up, it slides the two things on the back box that lock it into place. We'll just get them started. Oh, it's super fiddly. Okay. Okay. I'm one of those people, I have to leave screw heads vertical. Can't be doing with untidy screws. Assuming that they're slotted screws. There we go. You see that? How pretty is that? Right, socket now. So again, I've wired it up, I've just stuck it in loosely. Just need to tighten it up now. I don't know what thickness walls these are designed for, but oh, massive. Right, last one. Beryl's here again helping. Right, we'll just check it. With our socket tester. Good enough for me. And the cover just snaps on. He says. There we go. That's it, job done.
And whilst Andy's been busy putting in the socket and the light switch this morning and plastering the wall, this is what I've been doing. I've cleared all the weeds from in front of the solar panel, and if you can see in the distance the round cap for the septic tank, there were trees growing round there. It was unbelievable, the size of the weeds. So I've got rid of all of those as well. And in between the raised beds, I only did it a couple of weeks ago. That was absolutely full of weeds as well. So I've got the majority of those out. The little tiny ones you can see, I just can't get them up. The ground is so rock hard. So no doubt in another couple of weeks, especially if it rains tomorrow, they'll be huge. But for now, it looks better. And finally, the onion bed that Andy mentioned this morning, we're wanting to raise that up slightly and put some more compost on the top. So I've just put a load of stones round for the compost to sit in and not run everywhere when it rains. So, good morning's work. I've had enough. It is so close today. I'm going to go and have a cold beer because it's Sunday.
And the more observant of you, while Sharon's having a beer, I've still got work to do. The more observant of you will have noticed that the downspipe off the upstairs roof has fallen down. As we're forecasting, they said 100% chance of rain tomorrow. Could be heavy. We won't hold our breath. But I'm just going to stick I keep pushing it back up and it keeps falling back down. The top bit's got a bit of wire on it. So I'm going to put a self-drilling screw through it to hold it in place. We need to make sure we collect all the precious water we can get. Right, and see this will go through here. And there we go, what a mission. Right, that was a bit of a mission, but at least it's back in, and we won't lose any water that we collected off our roof because it's precious here. So that's it for today, that's all we're doing. We're going to have a little barbecue now, a bit of steak on the barbie I think, and chill out and have a relax because it is too hot again. And pray for rain. We'll do a rain dance tonight to make sure it does rain tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, please consider subscribing somewhere down here. It don't cost anything. And we'll be back tomorrow with some more Finca life.